The fate is disturbing.
Believe it. Okay.
What's going on, geeks? You're listening to episode 301 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name is Cody Armour. I'm here with Lj.Lowery.
What up?
Shelley made it 300, and then she was like, I'm done. No, she is moving right now into a new place. So very busy. Definitely a busy transition. Always, I feel like, when it comes to moving.
Oh, yeah.
So go, Shelley. You're awesome. We miss you
Yeah.
already. She should be back. Maybe, I don't know if she'll be back next week, but soon.
Yeah.
As soon as she gets kind of moved in and comfortable. So,
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, excited for her to have her back. This week, we're geeking out about Kingdom Hearts. Sonic 2 racing to the top of the box office. And that kid that can do Ryan Reynolds impersonations really, really well. He's really good.
Yeah.
Well, he's not doing Ryan Reynolds impersonations. That's not what we're geeking out about. We're just geeking out about him. But it's exciting. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
First, we'll get into video game news. I guess I like usually just saying that I played Apex and then I move on, but Apex did get an update. I don't think I talked about that update.
Okay.
For PlayStation 5.
Oh, yeah. The full upgrade, yeah.
Yeah. Completely different game, apparently. I need to figure out how to delete the PS4 version off of my PS5 because all of my memory is gone. Like, all of my storage was immediately destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
So, need to work on that. But, other than that, I really don't see much of a difference. So, if you're kind of wondering...
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a PS5, I don't see why you wouldn't update. And I'm sure at some point you would probably need to.
So, is it like running at 60 FPS at all? Or is there any like special frame rate or resolution thing?
I think it does run at a faster frame rate. I think 60 is as far as it goes.
Yeah.
It wasn't going past that. I think they said that it now can. But
yes,
they haven't.
so
they're not there yet.
You have to have a special TV for 120.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I don't know if you have a 4K TV or not, but I think people who have the 4K TVs are going to get the most benefit out of that.
My TV's weird. It's a 1080.
Yeah.
But then it's got a 240 hertz, I believe, refresh rate.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a 200 and something.
All right. So you should
but-
at least be getting some of that benefit.
Yeah, some of the frame rates. Like everything looks beautiful. That's why I haven't updated yet
Right.
to a 4K.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if I have like the right HDMI to be running that many frames. I don't know.
I don't know if the Hertz thing requires, like, what is it, the new HDMI? I forget.
Yeah, I have no
what
idea.
the 3.0 or something they call it. Yeah. So
I know when I went from a 60 hertz TV to what I have now.
you could see the difference.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was back when Destiny came out. It's an old TV.
Oh, nice.
And I felt like I could reach into my television. And now 4K TVs are out, and it's so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I bought this TV was like real expensive when I got it. It's a 55 inch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so getting a 4K at the right refresh rates and everything would be pricey. So I'll wait.
Yeah. See, Fortnite, like, because I'm trying to think of the Apex update in context to Fortnite. Like, whenever I saw that PS5 version of Fortnite, I was like, oh, dang, this is way crazier looking. So
I really haven't seen much difference in like textures or anything, which is what I figured would happen.
Huh.
But
Interesting. Yeah.
I feel like because it has that cross compatibility with the PS4, they really can't do too much with the actual like textures and polygons in the game.
I mean, I think they could. I mean, again, to use Fortnite as an example, I can play Fortnite on my PS5 alongside somebody on their Switch. You know, like,
That's true.
yeah. So
It's crazy.
yeah, it's kind of nutty.
I wonder how they do that. There's different polygons, or if maybe they just your field of view is better.
Right.
On something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's the update. There's really not much change for me. It does seem to run a little bit smoother. I'm a little less laggy, but other than that, it's
Cool.
Yeah, just big.
Yeah.
That's it. What about you?
Right on. So I got into the closed beta for Gundam Evolution,
Cool.
which is an Overwatch clone, basically.
Okay.
And so I looked up to make sure like I could stream this and talk about it because it is a closed beta, and so they did tell people like yeah you can stream it and all that. I loved it because like I've been struggling with wanting to play Overwatch because the whole Activision Blizzard stuff, and like I went back to it like once since then, and it just didn't feel right to keep coming back. So this is going to be my Overwatch like replacement when it fully comes out. But it's like for anybody that's played Overwatch, you're gonna feel like right at home. There's characters that have certain abilities and certain things, and it's a straight up hero shooter. It's so fun, and especially if you're a Gundam fan, you're gonna recognize a lot of them are like the original mobile suits from the original show, but there's a lot of them. There's like Gundam Barbatos, that's from like Iron Blooded Orphans and stuff, and there's other Gundams that are gonna be from the other universes, and I'm sure they're gonna add more whenever the actual game comes out. Like there's a
new anime I think coming to Netflix. That actually looks really good. I'm kind of excited about it.
I forgot. I think it's like The Witch of Mercury of the Witch or something, and it's the first female-led Gundam show.
Yes.
And so I'm excited for that, especially since I've been getting into a lot of Gundam stuff lately.
I'm really hoping that it'll just kind of let me in without having any knowledge of Gundam, and I'm sure it will.
I mean, it depends on what you're watching, but I think you can, like...
Easily accessible, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, like, I think you can get into most Gundam shows. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, it's this made-up year... and these colonies are fighting these colonies or whatever. And that's usually the theme of all of them. But yes,
Giant robots fighting.
Yeah. And so, yeah, but the game is super fun. I played the PC test, and I'm hoping they have a console test pretty soon, because it's like, now I want to get, like, everybody that really wasn't sure about Overwatch, I'm like, yeah, I want to get all my friends, like, who played Overwatch into this Gundam one, because I'm like, yeah, like, I think it's going to be appealing to more people. It's super fun. The production quality is amazing. They have actual, like, the dub voice actors, which is amazing. Like, I expected it to be this free-to-play thing that was going to be kind of cash-grabby, but the production quality is very high. They have all the classic sound effects, and honestly, like, it feels like, I think it's going to be free-to-play, but it feels like I should be paying full price for that game when it comes out. So, it's just, cool. I'm very fascinated with the production quality of it.
It is kind of surprising for like any kind of licensed game. I feel like
and it's Bandai
licensed
Namco.
Games are getting better and better.
Yeah, and it's Bandai Namco as well, it's just like they're putting a lot of love into it, which is really cool. So, cool. Yeah, that's what I've been up to in the gaming world. Cool.
Well, we get into the gaming news then. Not a lot going on.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Yep. I feel like we're heading into a light season before the summer. The releases have started coming down. But Sunday morning, Square Enix just hit everybody with a surprise when everybody woke up that morning. Then they had a little Kingdom Hearts showcase that announced some mobile stuff. And then towards the end of it, they had a Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal. So I'm wondering if this is going to take another 20 years to come out. Or 10 years, I guess. However long.
I mean, it looked like it was showcasing some gameplay.
Yeah, so that part of it...
surprising.
Part of it looked like it was gameplay. So based on what I'd seen... And it's weird because I don't know how I know any of this, just by proxy of like listening to podcasts and seeing and hearing people talk about it. So it definitely takes place with what happens to Sora like at the end of 3, and it puts him in this world that resembles Tokyo, like a modern Tokyo. And it looks pretty. It looks awesome. From like, the thing is, it's like I don't care that much because I've tried to get into Kingdom Hearts games dozens of times, and I'm just like I can't do it.
I wonder if it's not like because Earth could just be Earth in anything. You could literally be in the MCU.
Yeah, well,
or something else modern.
There's a name for it. I forget that there's literally a name that they called it. So it's like it's a part of Kingdom Hearts lore. So it's not just Earth. Like it's not like
lame.
Our Earth. Yeah.
It should have been like a surprising. Like it should have just looked like Earth at the end, and everyone get real confused. Yeah. And then like in the next game, Iron Man just swoops through and is like, "Hey."
Yeah.
And you were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Voiced by Robert Downey Jr.
Ha! No,
$1 million video game, but
it'll be the knockoff impression, like voice actor that tries to get close from like the Avengers cartoons or something. But no,
Maybe like a Parent Trap. That's a Disney movie, right?
Yeah, it is.
I was like, I think so.
Dang. Odd. Yeah, so they got the giant heartless thing. There's references that people are picking it apart. Like, when they show Donald and Goofy, there's like a blue flame that people think is in reference to Hades from Lord of the Dead, from Hercules.
I heard something about Star Wars, people are thinking.
Yeah, so there's like a shot of like some foresty areas, and everybody's like, ooh, it might be Endor. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. So, who knows? Like, they don't really explain a lot, but I'm also like, wow, like that's cool for fans, but I'm like, oh, like that's good. go have fun. So I don't really care a whole lot. I know people do, so I'm happy for the people that are excited about this announcement. So this other piece of news I'm actually interested in, which is also Square Enix technically, is that so with the announcement of Unreal Engine 5, which took place in the last couple weeks, so now Unreal Engine 5 is available for all Unreal Engine devs to play around with. Like, so they announced like you can actually buy, like, if you're a game developer, you can buy Unreal Engine 5 and start making your games on Unreal Engine 5. So with this announcement came the announcement that Crystal Dynamics is working on a new Tomb Raider game in Unreal Engine 5. So the question everybody has is like, oh, is this going to be a continuation of the recent trilogy? Like, or, you know, is it going to pull from one of the older settings? Like, or like, is it going to be like a whole new thing? Is it going to be another reboot? People have, it's just, they've announced something. Like, they haven't said what it's going to be yet.
I can't imagine them rebooting it again.
Yeah.
I don't know how the last ended.
I think I saw this headline somewhere, or somebody say this. I think they should focus on, and I guess it's all probably a cliche thing to do now, but they should focus on an older, more seasoned Lara now. I think that'd be really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it'd be an older Lara. I think that'd be sweet. Because they kind of did the new, just learning.
Origin story type stuff.
Yeah, the origin story type of stuff. So now they can go however far into the future they want now.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, and you might find this interesting that I think it's the lead director of Days Gone. I think Jeff Ross has gone to Crystal Dynamics, and I think he's running things over there now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
Right. I mean, to be fair, the stories haven't been that great in the Tomb Raider games anyway. Like recently.
Okay.
Like, they've been okay, but hopefully they
the
can
writing
actually,
for Days Gone was okay. As far as like the overarching story was good.
Right.
Days Gone's just like voice acting.
Yeah.
And just the way they story told sometimes was not great.
Right.
For those who don't know, I just beat that game like a month ago.
That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah. I was like, some people out there might not have listened that far back. But yeah, so it's very fresh in my mind. I did enjoy that game. But the sound mixing and the voice acting, which I assume a director is responsible for, could have done better. I will say.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. You said you beat Days Gone. I beat Ghostwire Tokyo yesterday, which was cool. Good, fun, short game, short and sweet. I want more. I feel like I didn't have enough. But that was the other thing I did. But yeah, the more Tomb Raider I'm down with. Especially since we don't know if we're ever going to get any more Uncharted. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's the gaming news.
Cool. We will get into movies then. I think we both only saw one movie this week, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yes, I'm so excited you saw it.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I don't want to overhype it for people. It is definitely still... If you like Sonic 1, you will like Sonic 2.
It's goofy fun. Like, straight up. Like,
it's a kid's movie, but it's so goofy and fun, and It's exactly what you would expect from a sequel from that first one.
It's so faithful to the game still, though, too, somehow. Like,
yeah. Idris Elba as Knuckles, definitely the shining star in this movie.
he was great.
He's almost got kind of a Drax-ness to him.
Kind of a
he doesn't take everything literally.
Yeah.
He's just a little ignorant of Earth.
Yes.
And it's really, really good. Probably my favorite quote in that whole movie was "I am 1000% muscle."
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Yeah. He was so good.
Jim Carrey is still doing amazing, which we can talk about that in a minute. Jim Carrey possibly retiring. We didn't put that in the news, but
yeah.
that could change things up. But before that, I'll let you kind of get into the movie a little bit.
Yeah, so I got to watch this movie with my nephew, and it was just so cool. Like, the watching experience with my nephew, who's 5 years old, was great because it's like I think about like if I was his age or if I was really young and we had these, my mind would be blown. Like, it just like so it's exciting. So it was one of those experiences. Like, every little thing I was able to point to him and be like, "Hey, this is gonna happen," and it all happened. The Knuckles thing was cool because I explained to him a few weeks ago because he's like, why is Sonic attacking, or why is Knuckles attacking Sonic? And he's too young to where he doesn't know, like, back in the day, Knuckles was a bad guy, like, in the game.
Sonic 3.
Yeah, Sonic 3 and even Sonic Adventure, he, got brainwashed again for a minute. And so, and it was just one of those things I had to explain it to him. And so throughout the movie, he's like, is Knuckles going to be a good guy yet? And I said, I'll let you know. The other thing that kind of made a light bulb go off in his head was, they really lean into Sonic not being able to swim in that.
Yeah.
So much so that there's a awesome Easter egg in there when he's underwater that I was like, yes!
So good.
Yeah, and then even my nephew was like, he's like, how come Sonic can't swim? I said, remember in the game how he, when you stay underwater too long, he dies or he sinks? And he goes, oh, okay, like, and this is as we were watching the movie, so, like, I had the added experience of showing this to him and being like, hey, like, this is the thing I grew up with, and now we're kind of sharing that moment together. It almost kind of reminds me of, like, how I watched the Star Wars movies back in the day, like, how my parents showed me that stuff, so it's just so cool, like, and honestly, it's crazy to say that Sonic the Hedgehog is known for probably some of the better video game movies we've ever had. Like, it just blows my mind that this franchise that people have been ragging on for the last 10 years for the varying quality in their video games is like, nope, this is the best video game movie, or at least one of the best. It's really good fun, and we'll
talk about how well that movie's doing in the news as well.
Yeah, so I'm excited we already know there's going to be a sequel and a spinoff, so I'm excited. I'm just like, give it to me. That's
one thing I'll mention is I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't need a spinoff, really.
I agree.
Knuckles is great, but I'm like, I don't need a spinoff of this thing. I don't need a whole cinematic universe.
I think Knuckles is not the character we should be getting a spinoff for, but I'll leave that at that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's something that we won't go into spoilers there, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another character that needs a spinoff more than Knuckles.
For whatever reason, got really emotional hearing Colleen... Shaughnessy? Tails.
Yeah, Shaughnessy. Yeah.
Voice Tails for the first time.
Yes.
I just knowing that, like, it's a video game voice actor.
Well, that's like
getting to do her character. It's just kind of, it's a new thing for movies, and I hope that they kind of continue to do that.
I was telling my sister about that because we went with my sister and his stepdad went with us, and I got to tell her that, like, hey, like, this is an actual voice actress from the video games, and she's like, oh, that's neat. Like, that never happens. Like,
yeah, I hope they continue to kind of, like, do that. Because she did absolutely amazing for one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I was really blown away by some of the voice work in here. And then Jim Carrey again, true to form. I'm so glad that he is back to just being Jim Carrey in movies.
Yeah.
I remember being the first movie coming out and being so skeptical of him being Robotnik, and now I can't imagine anyone else playing the role.
He made it his own, totally.
Yeah. Fortunately, they have said that they will not replace him if he retires. So that kind of hit the news, was that he's planning to retire, and then there's no confirmation of whether or not he's going to do a Sonic 3 or not. of course, they set the movie up for a third movie.
Yeah.
So, it'll be sad if they do it without him, but they definitely can.
They can. Yeah. I have theories I won't share here, but yes, they totally can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of cool twists happening in the movie. Again, it's kind of surface level, but it was still fun.
I love how, I don't think most people get this reference, but I love how the coffee shop in it is called the Mean Bean.
Yes.
I love that so much.
Yeah, all we really need is a pinball now. Spinball.
Oh man, they need to go to an arcade called the Spinball.
Yeah. Oh, I probably will. Deep cuts like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's very non-spoilerly. That's just like super Easter egg. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in other words, go watch it, especially if you have kids. If you don't,
so
I would say you probably won't enjoy it if you weren't playing Sonic growing up, but Sonic is such an icon. There's no way you didn't play a Sonic game growing up.
Yeah, well, that's like even my nephew's stepdad. He's like he's the type of guy where he didn't grow up playing games. Like he basically was like, I had no idea this was even a thing. He's like, I mean, we had a Sega growing up, but he was the type of kid that grew up like doing outside and outdoors and stuff. So it was just like, wow. Like he's like, I didn't know any of this was a thing. I'm like, yeah. So it's like you definitely have to have like, even my sister who's kind of a geek by proxy because she grew up with brothers, has some appreciation for it. Like so I think you definitely
such
have
a cultural icon.
Yes, and you
but
definitely
I would say
have
that
to have that attachment.
If you don't have children and you didn't play the games, you probably wouldn't enjoy it nearly as much as a gamer's going to.
Yes.
Or I mean, we don't have kids. We just went alone. But as gamers, like you said, super faithful to the source material.
We're grown adults going to see.
Yeah. It's faithful to the source material. I mean, there was. They talk about in the trailer the Master Emerald. Like there are certain scenes getting to that Master Emerald that are straight from the video games. So it's cool. All right, we'll move on to the movie news then. So we're talking about Sonic 2. Might as well get right into this. Yep. It is the best video game opening in the box office ever. Grossing over $71 million. And I'm sure that's gone up since you guys listen to this for sure. So that's pretty cool. I guess I didn't know that Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, was actually the best before that. I thought it was Detective Pikachu.
And that's another trippy thing is like Sonic, that first movie happened like right before like lockdown happened. The
pandemic. Yeah.
So I feel like that was almost the perfect movie for us to have before all that happened because it was like one of the most positive and happy, most heartwarming movies we could have before such a thing. Full circle.
I'll say this too before I'm going to geek out about that movie a little bit more. Another thing that I really love is that it's not just the video games. I don't know many of the comic references, but I know they're there. But there were like, I used to watch the cartoons, like the old was it 80s cartoon, 90s cartoon? Must
yeah,
be
the ones with like Jaleel White. Yeah.
With the little like Rockstar kids.
Yes. Sonic Underground. Yeah.
Yeah. So like they reference stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I saw was in Archie comics. I guess he always had that race car bed. It's just faithful to all of it. It's not just Sonic video game. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no. Destroyed the box office. Morbius is completely blown out of the water by it. So sorry, Morbius. I wish I liked Morbius.
Not sorry. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this isn't surprising really at all. I think it's one of the most well done and video game to movie adaptations ever. I think it's warranted.
I'd have to see how well this movie is doing in context with Ambulance, that Michael Bay movie.
Oh yeah,
because that's another. I feel like what is a really probably big movie, especially with actors and the director attached to it. So I wonder if that beat it out or not. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's super successful. And so I'm sure that we'll get a lot more of it. I hope that it informs Mario a little bit. Super Mario Bros. Don't know if it will or not, but
who knows?
not that I want Mario to be live action, but I hope that
no idea. Like
direction a little bit. I think they kind of go for
we still have
a similar.
Not seen a peep of what that movie's even gonna be like, and it kind of scares me.
They brought up Chris Pratt, and everyone got mad, and I'm sure they're like, "All right, now shut up." So I'm sure we're not going to know anything until they have something they can impress us with. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Little terrifying.
Yeah.
The director of Sonic 2, we didn't put this in notes either. His dream movie would be Smash Bros.
Give it to him.
I would be okay with it, but I wouldn't want it to be live action. If he did an animated,
yes.
I'm like sold.
Yeah.
Like Smash Bros. CGI animated movie, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
I agree. Yeah.
Speaking of anime, we got a trailer for, I'm going to say this wrong, Suzume, no, Tojimari. The other ones have English names. I'm sure at some point this one will too.
It will.
The trailer is, what's his name? It's the people that made Your Name and then Weathering with You, which, oh yeah, even the Mikado, I should stop trying to pronounce names. Shinkai is the director's name. Those movies are amazing. I've even seen Your Name. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. First of all,
in English it translates to Suzume's Locking Up.
Suzume's Locking Up. Okay.
I'm sure they'll give it a better English name.
Suzume's Locking Up.
But it makes sense because the door thing.
Yeah, it looks like Your Name. She's even got like a red ribbon going on, which I'm sure is kind of Easter eggy in a way. And Your Name, the red ribbon is really special. It's not a bow though; it's like a hair tie. But animation is completely is just beautiful, and yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen Your Name, definitely watch Your Name. If you like Your Name, you should watch Weathering with You, which isn't nearly as good, but just as beautiful.
I love that I have no idea what's going on in that trailer, but it still looks good.
But yeah, you're like, all right, I'm sold. It looks great.
Yeah, and I'm like those. I'd say even Weathering with You gets a little much more out there than Your Name, but I think both of them get to crazy levels of weirdness at some point. And so, I think now that we know what to expect the third time around, we're like, yep, that's seems like what we would expect now.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're kind of mind-bending in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away the ending of Weathering with You too much, but I will say that like everything seems to be in the same universe. Mm-hmm. And this trailer, if I'm seeing it the way that I think I am, it seems like this is also in the universe, in canon, with the other movies, which is cool. Not just canon, but in chronological order. And that's really fun. Yeah. It's like they're all connected in this cinematic universe. But it's not in a way that's, super forced. There's just, it's the same world.
Hints and like references.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's cool. It's like watching Pixar and seeing, a toy in the background of another character from like Lion King or something, or Nemo. But it's I'm really, really excited for this.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Your Name, you need to go see that movie.
Your Name,
even if you don't like anime.
Yeah.
So good.
I feel like Your Name is a movie I can show like my mom or somebody, and she would still be able to understand it for the most part, up until the end when it gets like weird.
Even then, I showed my mom.
Even then, it's not like that, but even then, it still makes enough sense to where like you can kind of place what's going on. Yeah.
My mom, I won't give her age, but she's an older lady. Love you, Mom. And she doesn't like anime. I tried to get her to watch Your Lie in April. She said she couldn't take it seriously because it was too cutesy. And so, Your Lie in April, another great anime if you like anime. A little slow, but so good. But Your Name, she watched it all the way through. Got her to cry, so felt like that was a victory.
Oh man, Your Lie in April reminds me that I think I stopped watching that because I was afraid of the thing that's going to happen. Like, I don't think I ever wanted to see it happen. So I never finished it.
Oh. My thing with Your Lie in April, I finally got past it, and it was good. The thing that I was doing wrong is everyone had so overhyped it.
Yeah.
That I thought, like, the very worst possible things were going to happen.
Okay. That's probably what I'm doing.
I thought it was like Doki Doki Literature Club, the anime.
Oh, no. It ain't gonna be that bad.
Yeah, I was waiting for, like, someone to, I don't want to give anything away, like, to murder someone else, or, like, someone to commit
Dark,
suicide,
crazy
or...
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it just get real... Cause I've watched a lot of anime, guys,
top.
and anime usually isn't normal.
You were expecting it to go off the deep end, like...
Yeah, and just be, like... I don't know. Given my friends and them recommending anime, I just figured the worst, and because everyone said it was making them cry, and it's not going to do that. It's just a really beautiful story that deserves to be watched. It's not very long. Like I said, it's a little slow, but it's so good.
Yeah, I'd say Your Name is like you were saying though. That's a good introductory. Like Your Name is a good introductory anime movie.
Yeah, Your Lie in April is for those who like anime. Your Name is good for anybody.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll get into TV then. I haven't watched a lot of TV actually. I did watch Moon Knight.
Yes. What do you think?
I still stand by what I said last week, which was that I wish I would have watched both episodes together because they kind of feel like a two-parter.
I love that it feels like I'm watching parts of a movie almost. Like it really. Yeah. I kind of like that. Because it doesn't feel like other shows, like other Marvel shows. There's been a couple of them that have been guilty of this, where you feel like it's going one way, and then like, oh, all of a sudden they drop this revelation or they drop this piece of info that you're like, what? That's not exactly what I expected at all. Honestly, for the episode 2 of Moon Knight, I love the acting in that. I feel like it's some of the best acting I've ever seen in television format.
Oscar Isaac does amazing.
So good. I was like, man, I can't believe I'm watching this right now. Like, oh yeah, really, 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 really good. So,
I read an opinion piece. I won't dwell on it too much, but they talked about how much Marvel has failed Hulk, and that Moon Knight and his like conversations with himself in the mirror are like an obvious example of how bad they treated Hulk.
How they could do Hulk if they wanted to.
Yeah. Like, Hulk could have been really, really good. Seeing that interaction between the two. We never got to see that struggle the way we were getting to see in Moon Knight.
And then actually, like, for that initial Hulk movie that had Eric Bana, there were those parts where he would look at himself in the mirror and see the Hulk in the mirror. Like, and
yeah.
Like
and they alluded to that was, like, canon still. Not Eric Bana specifically, but, like, it's in Avengers.
Yeah.
Really cool moment. Very small, you almost miss it, but Bruce Banner walks in front of something, you see a reflection. The reflection is Hulk, but he's not arguing with him.
Right.
I think those conversations, especially into the transition that was Professor Hulk, could have been really, really good. Giving Mark Ruffalo a chance to really act. But
yeah,
they gave it to Oscar Isaac, and he's doing great with it. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. That scene is just like, this is one actor. Like, this is one guy. Like, I'm just like, this is brilliant. Like, it was great.
I've heard rumors that we're going to see at least one more Persona as well.
Yeah, I think there are 3.
So that'll be kind of crazy.
Technically, yeah.
But it's going to be... I'm very interested in the show. I'm really excited. I'm sad that it's only 6 episodes.
I know.
And I'm sad it's so disconnected, but I'm also glad that it's so disconnected. The reason that I want it to be more connected is because I want more of it later on. And I feel like if it's going to be so disconnected, they're probably not going to do more later on unless it's doing really well. So maybe they will make some more. But as of right now, Oscar Isaac does not have a contract to do more than these 6 episodes.
Yeah, I love that. So I watched Straw Hat Goofy on TikTok. He's like probably the biggest, if not the biggest movie guy on TikTok. But he's been like saying like, hey, like here's how many times that they referenced Cairo before Moon Knight, has ever come out. And so he's like, come on. He's like, just everybody get on this hype train with me. Like, and I'm just like, yeah. So I'm just like, I'm down for it. Like, if he's, I don't know. Like, I don't know that it'll be that connected, but I think it's neat that it seems like that's where we're headed next. So yeah, I'm excited to see like what the rest of the show is gonna do.
The only thing that I could see that it connecting, which would be like really fun to see, is especially with given the actor, is it God Killer, Christian Bale's character in Thor?
Yes.
That would be really fun to see Moon Knight go up against. But we don't know what Christian Bale's God Killer is going to look like yet. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if it would fit or not.
I don't know enough about the character to really know like what he's all about. So, like, that's one thing I'd have to study up on to even be able to talk on that, because I have no idea.
But if you want to give me a Moon Knight movie, guys, I'm down for it. Don't kill him off in Thor: Love and Thunder, and we can have a... that would be cool. It's funny because it's not even about the characters. I just want to see Christian Bale and Oscar Isaac in a scene is really what it is. But, yeah. Great acting, great show. Mm-hmm. If you haven't started watching it yet, now would be a good time. Like I said, the first episode, I was like, you could probably wait. And everyone thought that I was saying that meant that it was a bad episode. It wasn't a bad episode. It just, there was so much, it was so good that you wanted more.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like with this episode, although I do want more, it closed its story arc well enough that I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like I have to have the next one right now.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes were build up, and then I think now it's full steam ahead.
Mm-hmm. They've only got 4 more episodes, so I feel like I mean, they kind of have to. Yep. They've set the world up in these last 2 episodes, and now they can kind of do what they want with it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I still love Khonshu. Khonshu is going to be my favorite character.
He is pretty great. And then you watched some more Gundam? Or not more Gundam, but because you were playing the game.
Yeah, so I was like... I was watching Iron Blooded Orphans for a bit. And then the fact that I was playing Gundam Breaker, which... The thing I love... Or the Gundam Evolution. The fact that I love about that is... It's not just all Gundams. It's not just all heroes from these things. There's like the GM model, which is a basic one with a shield and a gun. There's Gun Tank, which is like from the original series. And so I started watching regular old Mobile Suit Gundam, and it's definitely like it's got some age, but also the writing's really good in that. Char is a really cool villain, and it's like I remember watching some of this stuff back in the day when I was a kid when they were airing it on Toonami. But now it's like I feel like as an adult I understand the political drama of it so much more. So it's been really neat to kind of go back to square one instead of like being familiar with like Gundam Wing and G Gundam and like these other ones and like seeing here's where it all started. Here's the groundwork for everything else. So it's been real fun watching that again. And it's actually very short too. It's only like 42 episodes. So like it's going to be easily digestible. And also, if you want something even more digestible than that, I think they have 3 parts on Netflix, which is, I think they're like 2.5 to 2 hours long, but there's 3 basically movies where they condense the whole plot into 3 movies. And I think there's even like a 4th that adds to that. But I'm watching it on Crunchyroll because I wanted the whole show, like, instead of watching the movies on Netflix. But I
could do movies. That would be cool.
Then there's even Unicorn Gundam that apparently is in the same timeline, which is like the all white Gundam and stuff. Like, so who knows how long I'll be riding this train? But I've been I've been consuming a lot of anime lately and manga. Cool. So it's just like
I have not been. I've been wanting to get back into it.
Yeah.
The other thing I watched was Space Force.
Oh, nice. I should watch.
Which I knew was getting a sequel, or was getting a season 2.
Yeah.
LJ, you were very confident it wasn't.
I didn't think it should.
But I feel like it gives you credence in the fact that they didn't take any of like Space Force season 1. Uh-huh. Like there was a lot of build up in that last episode that they threw away. They're like, we're not going to mess with that. Yeah.
Really?
Not all of it, but there's just a bunch of stuff that's happening. Happens in that last episode. You're like, man, I really want to see that pan out, and instead they're like 3 months later.
Okay, I kind of wish they were bold enough to just pick it up right where it left off, because to me
that's what I was hoping would happen.
Yeah, to me that's the stuff that I absolutely didn't like, but also I would have given them props if they figured out a way to just pick it right up and keep going. Mm-hmm. Wow, that kind of.
And they kind of summarize things real quickly in the episode, and they're like, "All right, and we're back."
I wonder what. I gotta wonder what happened with that. You know, like because now I'm like, it feels kind of like a cop out.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. But I'm getting more Space Force, so I'm not super mad.
Yeah,
I love that show.
Also like that doesn't sound like a bad thing. Maybe they realized like, ooh, we kind of went too far here, so let's kind of step back, you know? So yeah. Hopefully that's how they looked at it.
I've only watched episode 1 so far. Okay. It was silly. It was really funny because we came home from watching Sonic 2 and then we watched Space Force, and I kind of forgot that Ben Schwartz, he voices Sonic, and he's in that show. I was like, oh, hey.
More Ben Schwartz, yeah.
Super weird hearing Sonic the Hedgehog curse.
Yeah. Yep.
Because he really wanted his phone. Yeah, it's good. It's basically that first episode. Not to give too much away, they go to court about everything that happened in that last season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's just weird. The time jump was. I was kind of sad there was a time jump too. But if you like Space Force, it seems like we're just getting more of what was good about it. So
see that, yeah. As weirded out as I am by the cop out, like that sounds like a good thing. I'm like, okay, they kind of retconned it without retconning it. It sounds like, which is I feel like a good move. Yeah,
it's like it happened, but we're moving on.
Yeah,
no, dwell. I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll get into the TV news then. I'm actually going to 4 news stories. I forgot about something else that I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
So, first of all, we brought up at the top of the show Walker Scobell. He was in the Adam Project as a kid version of Ryan Reynolds'
I like
character, Adam. But he was such a good Ryan Reynolds. Percy Jackson, I watched the movies and didn't really care for him that much, so I wasn't excited about this TV show until now. Walker has been cast as Percy Jackson. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah,
I want to support this kid because he's so good already.
Yeah, for sure. I want to, and I think we even talked about that, how we wanted to see him in other things, to see what else he could do. And so now I was like, hey, this is awesome.
Also, Percy Jackson as a tiny Ryan Reynolds. I think that'll work out really well if that's the direction that kid goes. Hopefully, he doesn't typecast himself too hard that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if he does, Ryan Reynolds is such a good actor. The way it is, it might not be a terrible thing. There's such an age gap between them; they can do so much. Just don't put them in any more movies together. That could get dangerous.
Yep.
It would just be him always.
They'd be just climbing do another the whole time. They would never get anything filmed.
Yeah. Yeah, a little Ryan Reynolds walking around I think is okay.
Yeah.
Excited for the show now. And then we got some news about Stranger Things, which you have better news than we do at the time of recording this because there's a trailer for Stranger Things coming out Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
so yesterday
trailer.
For listeners.
Not a teaser.
Yeah. But I did want to touch on it anyways. We did get a piece of news that I thought was good. All episodes are going to be over an hour long. And then I could not find how many episodes we're getting. But the first set of episodes are going to be on May 27th. And then the second set are going to be on July 1st.
I think it's been about 8 episodes per season, right?
Yeah, I think so. So hopefully, I mean, maybe it's 4 episodes and 4. I would hope for 8 and 8.
Or maybe if they end up doing 10 episodes or something. I don't remember, but I feel like 8 was the magic number for the other seasons.
I would love an 8 and 8, or even a 5 and 5 would be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see on that.
Yeah, a lot of shows kind of figuring out how to draw out their their time. So.
I loved Arcane's 3-episode arcs a week.
That was perfect.
Really good.
But I mean Ozark and Walking Dead and other shows that are actually at their finales are saying hey, here's part 1
part
or
1 of 3 or whatever.
Yeah. So it's here's part 1 of the final season. It's no, or it's part
I think
3
Voltron kind of started that. Voltron did a weird thing where you would get a short season, but it would be every 6 months. It was super weird.
Yeah.
That's true. I will say too, I know that it got delayed, but when is Obi-Wan coming out? It was the 27th, I believe, of May.
I think it's late May, I think.
Maybe they got word that Stranger Things is coming out because I think it got delayed from 27th to the next week, and we're gonna get 2 episodes instead of 1.
Oh, that's right. Something did happen to where we are gonna get 2 episodes of Obi-Wan. I remember hearing about that.
But I think it was supposed to come out May 27th, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe they knew something we didn't. But hopefully the trailer's good. You guys let us know. We'll watch it as soon as it's out, but it'll be after this recording. So.
Oh yeah.
And then Charlize Theron is making an Aqua show, and I'm down. Just because Charlize Theron is amazing. I don't really care about Aqua that much. But Jason Momoa is supposed to be guest starring. That would be cool. I'm still super confused about what the DCEU is.
Yeah.
But I feel like the movies that she's been in and the choreography that she's been a part of, she could do. She knows what she's doing. I've never seen anything produced by her that I know of.
Right.
But her herself, great actress.
Huh.
So, yeah. There are also like rumors that it's gonna be Will Smith's kid, and I haven't seen him acting in anything since like that one where they go into the future of the Earth.
Ooh, I heard that one was bad. I think the last movie I saw him in was Karate Kid, and I'm just like, that's what I want to picture Jaden Smith as, this little innocent like kid. But now he's like much older now.
That movie was bad. It could have been really cool. There was this thing. I'm tangenting again. There was this thing on Animal Planet, and it was like how animals were going to evolve, and it was really, really cool. It was a long time. I was like a little kid. And so, like, this movie, and they're talking about, like, these animals in the future and stuff, and I was like, that's what this is going to be. And I was really excited. And then he gets, like, dropped in a forest, and then they stay in the forest. And so you see, like, a handful of things that are kind of cool, but I was like, I want to see the rest of this Earth. Yeah. You got me all hyped up for these weird sci-fi, like, creatures. And all I'm seeing are these evolved antelope. Give me more. That movie wasn't great. I also don't think in the trailer Will Smith was injured, and like Will Smith's not really in the movie. Like he is, but he's not.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Spoilers for a movie that no one's gonna. I don't remember what it was called.
After Earth.
After Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what that show was on Animal Planet. CGI is probably terrible now, but I loved it as a kid. It was just like, basically no humans. So the same concept of this movie. And then they would go like 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years. And then it was what scientists believed how animals would evolve without humans interacting with them.
Interesting.
And, of course, octopus ruled the world. Super cool. There were like these little dinosaur things. It was craziness. I loved it. And what was the other one? It was really cool. It was the, jellyfish. Jellyfish made these giant islands.
Whoa.
And then animals would like live on top of the islands. Huh. Yeah, whole ecosystem.
That's
cool
crazy.
Stuff. Yeah, completely made up. Super like, how does a scientist know?
Yeah.
There's no way to predict those things. But it was just fun. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to bring up, I didn't put this in the notes, was Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I wish Shelley was here for this. So the director or showrunner, I can't remember who it was. She said, I think it's showrunner, said that the ending of The Walking Dead is different because of the spinoffs, the pandemic, and there was something else that they had said too. But I was like, it goes to show that the spinoffs are going to ruin. I hope it doesn't ruin it. I don't want to say that about.
I mean, it's like you were saying. You wish you had a concrete ending, but there isn't going to be one.
Yeah, and so they're saying they hope that it ends well for the viewers that have watched, and they're hoping to respect that. But it's like, I like cinematic universes for the most part. Like I love the MCU, and so I was excited about the DCEU. They didn't do great, but I think this is the first time that I've really come to like a conclusion of, wow, this is really gonna like hurt the show.
Yeah.
I think the direction of the entire show probably would have been different if it wasn't for.
Yeah. I was going to say it could have been a different show, or it could have been like a good send-off, but because of all that, it's probably not going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of bad because, I mean, they're like I've committed so many times, like hours into watching this show. Mm-hmm. But the actors and like the writers and everyone else has put so much time into this show.
Yeah.
To not get to finish it the way that they want to, because AMC decided to get, like the higher ups decided they were hungry for more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost, I don't know. It's disappointing. That was all I wanted to throw into there. The fact that the showrunner went out and like said, "Hey, it's not the ending that we plan on making." at first. It's just kind of unfortunate.
Right.
Shows how money can impact a franchise. I was thinking about Game of Thrones. I hated Game of Thrones so much at the end. The ending was terrible. But you almost feel bad. Like, it made me feel bad for once for the actors who put like years of time into that show.
Yeah.
And then it was the directors and that was the writers. That kind of, they wanted to get onto their next Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
And just completely destroyed that show in the end.
Yeah. I mean,
Sad.
I think about the CW shows too. You know, the whole Flaro thing. Like, that is a straight up mess now. Like, when all of it started off like very well, you know, like, but
everything was connected, and then everything got like, that's a weird thing with that too, is like some of that stuff is in the same universe and some of it's not, and then they like go to each other's universes. Yeah, and it's like, why not just make it all one cohesive?
It's so weird. Yeah.
It really just kind of shows how good Feige is at what he does.
Yeah.
No one has really been able to replicate it like he has.
Yeah.
Even in Disney's realm, like Star Wars, they tried doing that, and Star Wars has been kind of a mess. Mm-hmm. There's been ups and downs. Feige just, he's good at his craft for sure. Talented man.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna end on a kind of a sad note, but I was like, maybe not. You geeking out about anything else this week? Yeah.
So I'm still riding the One Piece train, but also instead of watching it, I started reading it. I got I got the Viz app again, which is like $2 a month, which is amazing. $2 a month is stupid amazing for how much manga you get in there. But it's also encouraging because somebody's like, "Oh, you should try reading it," and I was like, "Yeah, sure." So what's encouraging is I'm 73 chapters into a manga that is just over. I think it's like 1,030 or 1,000 something, like 27 or something like that. When there's like about 1,000 episodes, and the manga is so much easier to consume than 30 minutes of a show. Like, so I think I'm already like, to me, it's like to know that I'm already almost 100 chapters in of a thing that's like only like 1,000 something. Like, to me, like, says like I can move through it a lot faster than I can move through a show that's probably 30 minutes an episode. So I'm into it. I'm here for it. I'm moving along with it. So I'm going to keep reading it as much as I can. So I kind of been reading when like we have little slow moments at work. And so like I'll probably read like a few pages or a chapter or something if we have kind of a dead work period at work for like 30 minutes to an hour or so. But between like lunchtime and like the particular rushes when people actually come into the store. So it's just perfect for my current situation right now. So it's exciting, and I'm kind of building up before that Netflix show comes out because I'm really excited for the Netflix show, considering that the creator is backing it now, or is like a part of that project. So that's more of mostly why I'm reading it, is because like I want to be prepared for that Netflix show, to make comparisons and to like, just to be a part of that conversation when that comes out. So
cool. I guess too, I'll mention this. I wasn't going to. Me and a few friends are doing Proverbs every day for April.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it at first because I figured I wouldn't actually do it. I'm prone to doing that.
Right. You didn't want to like talk about something you weren't gonna like start.
Yeah, or I'd get like 3 days into it and then be done.
Yes, I feel
usually how I kind of work.
Yeah.
But we are. What is today? Today is the 11th, so I'm 11 chapters in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Proverbs is pretty easy to read. It's all about wisdom.
Yeah.
So the cool thing that we're doing is we read a chapter a day, and then we're in a text group chat. And so we literally just send a verse or whatever caught our eye. Sometimes one verse, sometimes like 4. But the accountability part of it has been really cool for me.
I love that. Yeah.
So if you want to, I would definitely say Proverbs is an easy place to start. A month, obviously, with 31 days is the easiest way to do it. But
yes,
you can kind of start whenever. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It helps me know what chapter I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would definitely, I don't know. I'm doing it through the Bible app. They're actually using a different app. But it's cool. It's really nice. I haven't really done that before with group chats and stuff. I'm hoping to continue it after Proverbs done. We'll see if they want to do that or not. Yeah,
Cool.
All right, we'll end the podcast there then. LJ, where can they find you at?
Okay, I apologize because I have not long-winded, but I have an explanation for all this. I changed my screen name, my moniker everywhere. So it used to be War Hero LJ, but I changed it to LJ the Paladin. LJ and Paladin are all caps. It's something that I have had since 2008, since I couldn't change my PlayStation name. And over the years, as I got more involved, I'm like, there's no point in changing it. But now I did, because I never had a good idea, and it just came to me before church yesterday morning. And I'm like, okay, well, what's a way I could spin the name I had before? And so I'm like, well, a paladin. A paladin is still a warrior, and a paladin is both a supporter and a fighter. And I was like, you know what? I like that. I like that ring to it. So now you can find me under LJ the Paladin on all my socials. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Discord, all my console apps and everything. So I'm under LJ the Paladin now. And also another part of it was like, also there's current events going on right now that doesn't sound like, I'm like, I was like, I should probably change that anyway. It all just came to me yesterday morning, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. There's no right time or right season, and this is what it's going to be. And I just feel like the Lord just brought that on, and was like, here, this is what it's going to be. So it's LJ the Paladin on all socials.
Wait.
Yep.
Mine hasn't changed. Cody Armour. Probably Instagram is just the best way. Twitter, whatever. If you're trying to reach me, Twitter is probably the place to go. But yeah, we will end it there then. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.
Peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. We love hearing from you, so feel free to ask us questions or just comment on the show by using the hashtag GUGcast on Twitter, or by joining the GUGcast questions channel in the Geeks Under Grace Discord. If you like this episode, consider leaving a review or rating of our show on your favorite podcast app. If you want even more Geeks Under Grace, you can always go to geeksundergrace.com. We love you all so much, so thank you for listening.